Canadians watching at home, let me please explain. Currently, if someone declares themselves a refugee to Canada, they get Cadillac health benefits that tax-paying, law-abiding seniors do not get. Vision care, pharma care, dental care, physio, home care, appliances, etc. If after years of waiting for their refugee claim to be denied, it is denied, they continue to get these Cadillac benefits while they spend years making appeals. If their appeal is denied, they continue to get these Cadillac benefits, waiting for their deportation to be scheduled. If they fail to show up for their deportation, and currently the government has lost 32,000 people who have criminally failed to show up for their deportation, they continue to get these benefits, even while they're on the run from the law. So yes, they get these bonus benefits that tax-paying seniors do not get, and yes, they get them pretty much indefinitely. But it is also the case that they get better basic hospital care than Canadians. At Health Committee, we heard testimony from doctors who came and said that they and their colleagues are charging 5 times the rate to the federal government that they would charge to the provincial government for the same service. So in Alberta, if a senior citizen needs a hip replacement, the surgeon charges $1,000 to do it. That's a great deal. Thank you, orthopedic surgeons. They couldn't walk, now they can. But if someone else comes in with a Blue Cross refugee card, backstopped by the federal government, the surgeon can charge for the same procedure for that failed refugee $5,000 to do the same thing. If you don't believe me, I invite all of you who are on your phones now to Google Billing for Out-of-Country Patients, Alberta Medical Association. You can see that recommendation in black and white. So let me ask you, if you were a surgeon and you had a $1,000 case on your wait list and a $5,000 case on your wait list, might you be tempted to do one first? I love orthopedic surgeons, they're good guys, but they aren't saints. The Liberals have constructed a literal 2-tier healthcare system, even while they fear.
Guys, I will not say, I don't want to say it, if this is hatred or jealousy. Canadians are angry that immigrants are receiving benefits and they are living their best life. These people have gone all out. They are saying, why coming to my country? You are an immigrant. You are receiving welfare benefits. You are living your best life. While I am here in this country, I have received none. If it is you, what will you do? Tell me your thoughts in the comment section. And please, if you are new to my channel, what we always do here is we subscribe to this channel, we leave a like to this channel, we share this video, and we turn on our notifications, because trust me, you do not want to miss content like this. I will be dropping content every day. And tell me your thoughts in the comment section, what you think about these Canadian people that have gone all out. Because you, as I'm talking, you might be an immigrant in Canada one day, and you might receive the benefits that some immigrants in Canada are receiving. But these people are saying, why are you receiving these benefits and not them? Let's continue watching these clips as we hear them going all out.
I'm beyond fed up with our country being used as a lottery ticket for foreigners. Foreign migrant living illegally in Canada, eligible for Ontario welfare according to a tribunal. Man comes on a work permit to Canada in 1997. 4 years later, the permit expires, but he decides to stay in Canada illegally. Works under the table for cash jobs until 2023, when he decides to enter the shelter system because robbing Canada while being illegally here wasn't enough. He then applies for welfare and is rightfully denied. But he then appeals it to the Ontario Social Benefit Tribunal. They didn't even know such a thing existed. That's fucking dumb. And the tribunal adjudicator, Eric Brown, judges that indeed he's eligible to receive social benefits due to the fact that there's only 3 exemptions in the law. If you have a removal order in place, if you're a tourist, or if you're a visitor. But being illegally in the country does not count. You're eligible for social benefits. Also, which begs the question, what the fuck has CBSA been doing? Why aren't they removing him from the country? Why isn't he being deported? Let's mind you, he was at a tribunal hearing, which means is in a public place. He was summoned there. That is the easiest place to go find him. I mean, ICE in the US would never pass up on such a golden opportunity. It's the easiest arrest they could ever do. But anyways, I'm fed up with the entire world coming here, using us and abusing us. There's no such thing as a free lunch. If someone's getting benefits, then someone must be paying for them. Canadians, either through taxation or through inflating away our money supply, are being robbed by these unscrupulous individuals who come here and use this as a free lunch. It's about time we start bringing a bit of tribalism back to this country. Canada first. Canada is for Canadians, and we take care of our own before we even look at helping others. We cannot save the world, but we can save ourselves. And it's a little bit like on an airplane. You put on your...
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So you don't have a number for me. So we wouldn't, for example, be able to determine what the cost per person for these luxury benefits are that these people are getting. This is 74,000 people that don't have a right to be in Canada. They don't have asylum seekers. But they're getting benefits. Now, you indicated earlier that they will continue to get benefits until they leave the country. Why?
So failed asylum claimants are eligible for IFHP coverage until their claims have been fully and finally assessed and they've found not to be in need of Canada's protection.
So why would that be? A Canadian citizen who leaves the country more than 6 months and comes back, they lose their benefits. They have to wait in Ontario to get their OHIP card. It can take up to 3 months to get it, to get services. These people don't have a right to be here. It's a failed asylum claim, yet they will get luxury benefits that Canadians don't get. Do you think that's fair for Canadians?
The IFHP is aligned closely with provincial and territorial health programs that are provided, for example, to social assistance recipients. Or disability program recipients.
I think you would be hard-pressed to find a Canadian that would agree with you on that point. It's not aligned with any kind of logic that someone who does not have a right to be in the country gets luxury benefits that Canadians don't get. Is that it for my time?
Okay, so when I came to Canada about 25 years ago now, just a little over, it wasn't a matter of choice. We weren't coming here for economic reasons or anything like that. It was straight up life or death. Like every time I was growing up, my mom would always tell me, we're going back to South Sudan, we're going back to South Sudan. But eventually we ended up getting citizenship here in Canada because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Sudan has never seen peace. That was a few days ago. It also has the world's lowest GDP of $251 per year. You see, for me, that is what a legitimate refugee is. Someone that's actually fleeing persecution, war, like they're fearing for their life, right? Right? So then when I run to viral videos like this, that's been making its rounds in the news cycle, it just literally makes my blood boil. And that's why I get so passionate about this immigration stuff. Because listen to this guy. Roll tape.
You know you can get up to 82,000 Canadian dollars from Canadian government for doing nothing. Yes, I am talking about refugees. If you become refugee in Canada, they will pay you up to $224 per day. That is $140 for accommodation and around $84 for food, and that too tax-free. So it means around $82,000 a year. It looks like a paid vacation to me, but it looks like free money to me. And in addition,
it's that type of systematic abuse that makes all Canadians look bad, especially the ones that came here the right way and eventually assimilated into Canadian culture. Because now I understand why all these natural-born Canadians want all immigrants out. Even I want all immigrants out now. But I guess the advice is working because we've had the most amount of people claiming asylum in the second quarter of this year ever. Ever, you hear me? don't know, guys. I'm not going to go too deep into all that right now because it's just so mind-rotting trying to figure out what is actually happening and trying to wrap your brain around this. But I just wanted to show you guys that this is the real reason why they're actually claiming asylum.
My taxes should not be funding children here in Canada being pushed out of entry-level jobs.
Let it be a white woman complaining about immigrants and not the biggest problem at hand. What is it with you individuals? Why don't you guys get it? It is not the temporary foreign program that is the biggest problem we are facing. Do you guys not remember that before the pandemic, we were fighting for fair wages? These corporations said, bet, went to our premiers, not the prime minister, they went to the premiers, lobbied for them to go push onto the federal level to open up the temporary foreign worker program so that these corporations could avoid paying people fair wages and continue doing slave shit. It is not get rid of the temporary foreign worker program. We still have a problem. These corporations don't want to pay people fairly. I promise you, when they get rid of the temporary foreign worker program, AI is taking over most of the jobs. That's probably why Carney's holding out. Because I heard word on the grapevine is that they're trying to open up some more data centers in Canada. They're just ways that they can automate the shit so that they don't have to hire us. The problem at hand is they don't want to pay us at all. You guys are letting the immigrants distract you. It's not that.
A lot of white Canadians have a lot of complaints about immigrants and minorities. So let's have a look at it statistically. First of all, white Canadians make up over 70% of the population, and you lead in every quality of life indicator. Things like satisfaction, purpose, prosperity, health, etc., etc. But the immigrants are taking over our country. Yeah, there's about 8 million permanent residents in Canada today, and that one group that you particularly like to hate right now, the South Asians, or as you call them, the Indians, they comprise about 7% of Canada. About 80% of the immigrants in Canada are racialized people. The other 20% are white, like you, about 1.6 million. And I wonder, are those the immigrants you have a problem with? But immigrants are taking all of our jobs. White Canadians by far have the most jobs in Canada. You have a much lower unemployment rate, and you have a higher wage than everyone else. But percentage-wise, we do tend to go into executive level positions a little more than you do, so I guess you can complain about that. All Indigenous people are alcoholics. Over 70% of Canadians consume alcohol, whereas over 40% of Indigenous people abstain from alcohol completely. There's so many homeless Indigenous people. If there's a homelessness problem in Canada, it's not on us, because over 70% of the homeless population is white Canadian. Indigenous people are drug addicts. White Canadians account for over 80% of all illicit drug use in Canada. And white Canadians are 3.5 times more likely to engage in high-risk alcohol and drug usage than all other minority groups. Brown people are violent criminals. White Canadians account for 65% of the inmate population, and they commit the total number of crimes in every crime category. White Canadians make up 65% of the sex offender registry. You commit over 70% of the domestic violence crimes, and you by far commit the most hate crimes in Canada. So if you have way more people, and you are way worse in every category that you complain about us, how the fuck is it our fault?
This whole notion that Canadians who have any sort of concerns in regards to mass migration are just evil and mean is getting very annoying. Canadians who have a concern about the amount of people being let into the country, knowing that there is not enough resources to support them, is thinking in logic, not thinking in hate. The most simplest analogy to use in regards to how Canada is dealing with immigration at the moment, it's like having a cup that's one size and a jug of water that's another size. and you're pouring into this cup, not taking into consideration the amount of water that the cup can actually hold and the amount of water that's actually in the jug. Eventually, at some point, it's going to overflow and it's going to create a mess. That is how immigration is currently being handled in Canada. It just seems like no consideration is being put into the amount of new Canadians or new people coming to Canada that can actually be supported in the country. And you also have to take into account, not everyone in Canada is doing good. There are a lot of people in this country that are suffering, that were born here, or that have been here for a very long time. So to anyone out there who wants to label someone who has concerns about high immigration as being hateful or as being mean or inconsiderate, my question to you is, what is your solution in dealing with people who are already in this country who are suffering? Because let's be honest, the unemployment rate and the rate of homelessness is not going to change anytime soon. So if you are someone that is working towards becoming a new Canadian, those who are suffering in Canada is going to become your.
So what is going on with the government? It is really driving me crazy. So I just helped a family member the other day. She got a letter from Service Canada. We have applied for the survivor's benefit and the death benefit. Well, they sent her a letter stating that because they were separated, they needed her to sign a sworn affidavit of separation, and they wanted to know who he was currently living with at the time of his passing. Well, he was in his 90s, he was dementia, and they were separated because of medical reasons. They were married in 1957. The previous forms didn't have any spot to mark this. The new ones do, but for some reason, since January, a lot of governments, agencies, whoever's desk it's landing on, are flagging these, sending it back, these generic letters to these people, seniors usually, that don't know how to answer these questions. And then, of course, they come to me, and then I have to help them navigate this. Well, we redid the form stating when he went into the dementia home and that they were not separated because of any other reason than medical, and that she was the surviving spouse. There was no common law. But honestly, has anybody else been dealing with a lot of this bureaucratic paperwork from governments? Because it's getting super frustrating.
So you're from Bangladesh. Now, did you just get here? Are you a tourist?
Yes, tourist.
Yeah. Tourism is important, right? What are you coming to see? Do you have a couple of things on the list?
Yes.
That's good. How long are you staying for?
2 years.
Okay, that's 2 years. So you're here as a tourist for 2 years. That's good.
Yeah, okay.
So did you come here and so what kind of services and benefits does Canada offer?
Canada benefit.
Yeah, like what do they offer?
Yeah, social.
Yeah?
Offer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do they help?
Help. Yes.
Helps a lot. Yeah.
Yes, social.
That's good. So after 2 years, where do you see yourself?
After 2 years, only social benefit. Yes.
Yeah. Do you want to learn English? More English?
Yes. More.
Yeah, talk to people. That's good.
Talk to people English.
Yeah, it's good. What brings you to Canada? Just the tourism factor, or anything else?
Anything else? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's good. That's good. Do you have a job?
No job.
No job?
Yeah.
Do you want to get a job?
Yes.
That's good. That's good. We'll find you work. Do you have any skills?
Skill, my driving and cooking. Yeah.
And cooking?
Yes.
You can cook?
The Canadian government only cares about refugees. Now, while hard-working Canadians are struggling with high taxes and skyrocketing living expenses, the government is busy offering free money to refugee claimants. Did you know that refugees receive around $244 per day while their claim is being processed? That's $140 for accommodation and $84 for food, tax-free. That's nearly $82,000 a year without doing any work. Meanwhile, the average Canadian earns $63,000 a year and pays over 20% in taxes. So let me get this straight. Canadians who build this country are getting taxed and squeezed, but people crossing illegally are rewarded with more money and no taxes? Sounds like a paid vacation to me, not a refugee system. So what do you think? Is this fair? Tell me.
Should we shame the federal government? That is the question. Tell me in the comment section what you think, because I have a lot to say, but I do not want to talk for you. I don't want to speak your mind. Tell me in the comment section what you think, because these Canadian people, they are very pissed. I mean, they are very angry that an immigrant will come into their country, they will receive benefits while they are there. They are not doing. Some people ask that, so their tax money are going to them. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section, and please, if you are new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscription button, turn on your notification. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section. Leave a like to this video, share this video, let others see, because it is happening outside there. Thank you for watching this episode with me. I will see you in my next episode. Bye.